Alright everybody, hey what's up, this is Jack. We're doing another dungeon run video. I got Spy with me this time because there is a boss in here that has a one-shot mechanic. I don't suggest, just ignore that guy. I don't suggest you do dungeons where your character can be one-shotted by yourself, but, you know, to each their own. So, yeah, sometimes you got to, you know, figure it out. So we have a video out on Fungal Grotto I. This is going to be Fungal Grotto II, which is a slightly different story and an additional boss or area. So I know in the first one, I didn't really cover the mechanics of the boss too much. To be quite honest with you, like we don't encounter the mechanics when running a dungeon on normal. So, and it's being ran on normal for the purposes of, you know, being able to like actually show the dungeon. Veteran mode or veteran dungeons, hard mode, whatever you want to call it, are their DPS checks are very, more often than not, they're very mechanics heavy. So we run the dungeons for these videos on normal. We will get to the point where we're running them on veteran. They're not going to be as instructional because I mean, you have to pay far more attention to what you're doing. So anyway, to all returning viewers, before we get started, I want to say, well, from both of us, we very much appreciate the support for the channel. If you're new, Spy Pie Gaming makes content around games, industry news, and events in the gaming community. We would very much appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel grow, which gets, you know, it does benefit us, but it gets the information that we put out to more players of this game who may be looking for the information or just like to hear us ramble on like we do a lot. So anyway, there's a couple of different ways that you can get into, as I mentioned in pretty much every video, there's a couple of different ways where you can get into the dungeons. You might land in it in random queue doing your daily. You can queue into it specifically. You can actually teleport into a dungeon, like use a way shrine to get in. The other way is you can simply walk to it. So Fungal Grotto is in Stonefalls. It's on the very western edge, right next to the Iliath Temple Way Shrine. So anyhow, we are going to go ahead, and he wishes his warden could kill my tank. That's why he's doing that. We're going to go ahead and get into the content here. So when you go to walk in, you have to choose between 1 and 2. We did 1 already, which is Kings of the Grotto. So we're going to do Fungal Grotto II, lighting the shadows. Yeah, if I remember right, it's so each of these, when they have more than one version, have usually a little bit of extra content also to go along with it. Yeah, this. Yeah, I know this one here in particular does. So it can be. Yeah, especially in DLC dungeons. That is not a joke. Yes. Yes, they did. Fungal Grotto 2 was Fungal Grotto 1 veteran, essentially. So that's not the case anymore. Which I guess is cool, because now you have an option to... I just put my daggers away for some reason. Seems like a real bad idea. Yeah. Alright, so we're getting run up on. This is Mephala's Fang. This boss has Spit Poison Spray and Bite are its abilities you gotta watch out for. I actually had to look these up, not gonna lie, just like I said, because we don't tend to encounter very often anyway, we don't encounter the mechanics being a problem at this level. So yeah. Yeah, so Spit Poison is a damage over time, places poison effect on the ground. If you have it, try to place it along the wall, or try to get the boss to place it along the wall is a good way to keep it away from the group. Yeah, I didn't care so much. If this was harder content, I would be tanking better. The spray is the boss will spit poison in a cone, and that would be the reason it's important for the tank to face the boss away. Boss's heavy attacks is like most bosses, heavy attacks, you block it, makes it not so bad. Anyhow, so covered that. Now we're gonna move on through the dungeon. I just want to make sure that each of these get their day in the sun, I guess. You'll encounter a lot of ads, trash mobs, whatever you want to call them. I know different people call them different things. Yeah. It's, and all it, yeah. You have something to kill in between bosses, so. Yeah, why not? Alright. Go ahead. So we are coming up on the next boss, which is, I'm gonna murder this name, Gamyne Bandu. He has Shadow Execution, Shadow Chains, Ripper. Oh, that's not cool, man. What are you doing that for? I mean, alright. What the hell? Okay. Yep. Come get me. Alright. Dude hits pretty hard. Are they? Alright, they're on me. Yep. Yeah, so, alright, Shadow Execution. Let's see here. The boss summons 4 shades that will chain a random player to the ground, and a blade will start slowly sinking. If it reaches the player, this is a one-shot. It's an instant kill. So the group needs to focus 1 shade, just 1, to break the spell. The other mechanics the boss had is Shadow Chain, which this can kind of be of a make or break mechanic. At some point, the boss will bind 2 players together, which will be visible by a black tether. The players must run to opposite sides in order to break this chain. If the tank is chained to another player, that player has to run, otherwise there will be a huge amount of damage on both players. It also has Ripper, which deals a lot of damage, knocks everybody over that gets hit with it. To mitigate the damage, you can simply block it. And then you have Obsidian Aspects. Randomly, the boss summons 4 aspects of herself, which need to be killed in order for the boss to reinvigorate. So, all of that was seen, and now we're just going to move on. Okay. I fully believe that. It's alright. Yeah. Let's see here. Not sure how I feel about this fire staff. I may be going back to a lightning staff. It does definitely deal more damage, but oh hey, these things are not friendly. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I was under the impression they were friendly, so in the other version they are. And it's been a little bit since I've been in this version of the dungeon. Yeah, it's quite different. I think actually one of the bosses is who you were helping in the first story. I believe that's what it is. We get the little mud crab buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Spiders? Nah. Get that mess out of here. Alright, let's just stop right here. We'll talk about the boss mechanics first. Okay, Ciirenas the Shepherd. So, apparently, don't kill the spiders. So, which sounds counterintuitive, right? Leave a monster alive. That's kind of weird. But, alright. So the spiders attack pretty much anyone. If the tank can't taunt them, off to the side. It's a good step to avoid players dying, as they do quite a bit of damage, apparently. Regardless, Ciirenas will put pheromones on someone random in the group, which will cause the spiders to attack them. This is apparently visible, and is shown by a black beam. If you have the spiders on you, run out of the group and range attack the boss. Do not attack the spiders and let the healer heal you. That's so. I mean, I think we see what happens, is what I think. Because we don't have a healer, it's just me and you. I can heal you, but I can't. I'm not a healer. So, here's why you don't kill the spiders. If you kill them, the boss gets very high resistance, and you only deal a fraction of the actual damage that you were dealing. So, the other ability... Yeah, this is... I do believe this is one of the mini-bosses. So the other ability this boss has is Dark Bolt, which is an attack that will make her run off to cast it from afar, which is why it makes a lot of sense for the tank to either taunt from close up or range taunt and keep their distance off to the side, far away from the cliff. Otherwise she'll run towards the cliff and we'll reset. So apparently this boss moves a lot, got a lot going on. I think we'll be alright. Ready? Back there doing weird shit. Alright, let's go. And I'm stunned. Yeah, I can't promise these spiders are going to stay alive. Yeah, I see the, yeah. Yeah, it'd be alright. I mean, yeah, she's killable. It's just gonna take forever. Which, not really, apparently. On health? Wow. I am not okay with you dying this much. Mm-hmm. Are you saying I'm doing a bad job? It sounds a lot like you're saying I'm doing a bad job. There we go. So here's the reason you don't kill the spiders, everybody. Because then it suddenly takes a really long time to kill the boss. No, you almost need somebody to pull them and just like run away from them, pretty much. That's what it seems like. She's almost dead though. Does it? Alright. That didn't actually take as long as it made it seem like it might. Yeah. Alright. That's no good, man. I do believe I'm gonna have to get a different food for this character. My Magicka Sustain is no good. I am, yeah. This is not. The boss should be coming though, or one of them. Alright. Okay. And so this is going to be the spawn of Mephala. Now this is definitely a little bit different than it was in Fungal Grotto I. So during the fight, the boss has 4 abilities that you have to watch out for. You have Portal, which is the portal in the back that you saw the boss come out of. Anyone who stands close to it can be sucked in and will have to fight various spiders in order to be released. So either you send someone in that can deal quickly with the spiders, or send someone in that doesn't do a lot of damage overall and they would just ignore the spiders and wait to be released. Apparently this thing gets triggered at 10% of the boss's health. The portal will despawn and anyone inside gets released. There's another beam here. Let's see. A beam will appear from the altars above, following a player around until it either hits them and then explodes, or until it explodes on its own. Deals a high amount of damage. Probably a good idea to let your tank take that damage. Explosion, which is charging up a burst of energy. The boss releases a high damage explosion. After a damage AoE is filled up around her, it will stagger anyone that stands in it. So this is one of those, just get out of it before it explodes. Shadow bolts, randomly, light purple bolt will hit you or some random player. You can roll dodge it, otherwise you'll be thrown backwards. So that's what's going to be going on here. I say we go try it out. So you can actually avoid it altogether if you just don't get near it. Alright. I just got pulled in. It's not about luck, it's about being good. This is what the inside of Mephala's backside looks like, y'all. A bunch of spiders in here. They don't look normal. It's not fun. I mean, I'm hoping somebody does. Yeah. Alright. I'm coming back. Here we go. Let's see. There's that. Could have dodge rolled it, but I didn't. Yeah, back away from there. And her. You just get sucked in. Lovely. They'd probably be okay. They're not that bad. Alright. Yeah. Yep. Alright. Now... Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you can't pull these guys until they get up. I was trying to target him with my staff, and it wouldn't let me. Once I figured it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me a lightning staff. These are just alright. So this is Reggr Dark-Dawn. Nah, you did pull something though. Alright. So we've got Reggr Dark-Dawn here. Apparently is very annoying for Magicka players. I hope not so much for me, but his skills are Orb of Innervation, which is one of the most annoying game mechanics. When the boss casts this ability, he drains everyone of Magicka over a short amount of time. Best here is to wait with a Magicka potion until he has cast the ability and then take it so that healing and damage can resume. Frenzy, which from time to time the boss will start swinging his weapon around, causing a moderate amount of damage to everyone standing close by. You can avoid it by just moving, so don't stand still. And he's got a heavy attack like most bosses, so yeah, don't spend your mana. Yep. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready or not, but we're doing it. Yeah, I ain't scared of this guy. I am stuck on an urn though. Hey, listen, that's that Orb of Innervation thing right there, because my mana is completely gone. Or Magicka. Hey, look at you spinning your sword. It's cute. Hit me again. I think I'm gonna be alright though. Aw, he drained it right before I got my wall up. Freaking punk. Did you just die? Oh, really? It's not cool. Right. I'm gonna die if this dude keeps draining my stuff. Yes, he does. 12K. At like 2.5 times that. Yeah. Dude, he casts this thing a lot. Yeah, it's saying you're dead. That's good. That's probably what it was. He take. Yeah. Every time I get it back, he takes it. I hit him with the Daedric Curse before he could get rid of it. You ain't gonna like that one. Yep. I'm still in combat. Yeah, that is the character that gave you the quest in the first one. Vila Theran. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Let's just get it and do it. It'll be alright. Alright, that boss is far more annoying than he is anything else, apparently. I mean, I think you're supposed to take care of that DPS. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah. No, I totally understand. I was trying not to. Real hard. Yeah, probably. That, and this build's kind of doing some weird stuff right now, so... Yeah. Why that guy was trying to tell us the entrance is the only way out. Why won't it let me off this bridge? Alright, this is where I think... Hold on, before we get too far along here. Alright, so Vila Theran has Shadow Bolt. She's apparently very stationary and only ever casts the ability. Aside from other skills, never physically attacks. You can make her stand where you want her to stand by outranging her. Growing Corruption, which is where the boss will teleport to 3 different players, placing a growing darkness beneath them. If you want to have good control over the relatively small room, you can all stand together while fighting her, and then just wait till she comes to you. Channeled Shadow, very high damage ability, which the boss will cast from time to time. You can either all stand together and the healer can all heal you in one spot, or you can run below the energy shield, which will protect you from the damage of the laser beams. So, alright. Got that out of the way. So when we get here, we can focus on killing the boss. Oh yeah, it's a jump, and I'm not. I'm spec'd for it. I just didn't care for it very much. So what is that? That's the exit. Where's Vila? That's Defender 2 Blades. How do we trigger this boss? There it is. Hey, I do remember this. Yeah. Nah. Just gonna stand back here and pop her with the crystal frags. Hey, there's a growing darkness coming at us. Hey, she come up in the bubble. Nah, this is the easiest one in here. This one and the first boss. Yeah. The bubble's what stops that. It's done. What's happened to me? Yeah. I think I did the quest here. Yeah, I did. Alright. Well. There's a book here. Get rid of that pet. That's really annoying. Alright. So that has been Fungal Grotto II and what you can expect going into it. It's quite a few more mechanics than there were in the first one. So I definitely recommend, you know, like, I don't believe you can, unless you're just dealing an unreal amount of damage. If you're running Fungal Grotto 2 on normal, you probably don't need to solo this dungeon. Due to the one-shot mechanic in the second boss fight, you're going to need somebody to break you free. So, you know, for the most part, you can solo basically whatever content you want to. If it's got a one-shot mechanic, probably not a good idea. Especially not a good idea when, even if you bring somebody, when the boss is now going to target the other player, and then all they do is not really deal damage so much as they knock them down because it interrupts the res. So, but it can be done. This video shows it. You gotta have, you know, decent coordination. So, as I've said in the past couple of videos of the ones where we're running dungeons, we're gonna go through the entire list. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to start it at first, so I just started with Fungal Grotto 1, which turns out makes sense. I think I'm just going to do it in the order that the game unlocks the content for you. Not all dungeons have like a 1 and 2. Arx Corinium doesn't have it. It's just Arx Corinium. There is no 1 and 2. We get through all the base game dungeons and the normal mode dungeons and DLC dungeons on normal mode, and then we'll go back and we'll start doing some veteran runs, so you can see the difference between the difficulty levels. For anybody who doesn't know, the biggest difference between normal mode and veteran mode or hard mode, you know, you hear different people call it different things. The biggest difference is veteran mode is very much a DPS check. As you can see, Spy is currently where he spent most of the dungeon because he's wet paper. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Look, we go into a dungeon, you mow the yard. That's cool. I like it. It's spoiled me just a little bit. Something that I just now thought about is I'm having a conversation with somebody I can hear. I don't know that everybody watching this video can hear it. So I probably should have said this up front, but it didn't dawn on me because I'm not exactly sure how the recording software is going to parse out the audio. But if you hear me talking to another person, I'm actually talking to Spy. Maybe you can hear him, maybe you can't. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. That's Fungal Grotto 2. It's not too terribly bad. Some of the mechanics, if you haven't encountered them, you might have to, you know, they might hit you more than once before you figure out exactly what you're doing. That second boss, you definitely should watch out for. You know, the spawn of Mephala, I wouldn't worry too much about getting sucked into the portal. I mean, you just go in, you clean house of the spiders, it lets you right back out. Or if you've got really good DPS and you get sucked in and you're not the DPS, you'll be out pretty quick. as the portal is actually attached to the amount of health the boss has. So anyway, yeah. So I think we're just gonna do it in the order. I think we'll do these in the order that they came out, or they get unlocked to you in the game. So if you want to know what order that is, try to plan out, you know, when we're going to cover a particular dungeon, or if you ask us to cover a particular dungeon. But you can kind of keep up with where we're at, where we're going next. If you go into the activity finder and you go into the specific dungeon queue, that list, we're just going to go down that list, because that list includes everything, and I'm pretty sure it's in the order that it gets unlocked to you as you play the game and progress through it. So and another thing, as I said before, if there is a quest and it's a dungeon that we happen to be in that the quest isn't done, we will pick the quest up. That way, you know, you can see that part of the dungeon as well, because all the dungeons have a quest. So it's just some of them I've done, some of them I haven't. But that's all I've got. Things are gonna be a little bit different this week as far as video drops, because we got something big coming. Spy's been putting quite a bit of time in, trying to get it done so we can get it together. I did. I mean, you asked if I wanted to run dungeons. It just so happened that I did, because I was going to run a dungeon, and like, I mean, work. Look, like, everybody watching this video will tell you, you know, that's something you do in life is work. I get that a lot. I get that a whole lot. You should go ask Activision about that. They got some funny stuff going on. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, everybody. We will see you guys in the next video.